Another demo. Maybe. Put my headset. Are you? Oh my godding this art. Welcome, welcome. I feel like we had a lot going on, and I feel like I may have accidentally missed out on a lot of messages from. Is this not playing any music anymore? Had it open for long enough. I think that it just stops. But double check that in a second. Uh, Roll back. Oh, I missed E popping in. Just somewhere among all the stream elements. Messages. You came in with a size. I think that's why I might have missed that. How are you doing, E? My lovely little bean. Are we having an okay day? You came in with size, so I'm assuming no. Because I'm not playing Baldur's Gate 3. Alright. You've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist. Your shaking, outstretched hands grab the cafe's secret recipe. As its power pulses through your body, your heart aches, your breath flutters, mere echoes of what was taken from you, what will soon be yours again. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in this cafe, the ones you're about to drag into a complicated criminal mess. You could only blame this girl's influence for such inconvenient sympathies. If they were in your position, they'd do the same, wouldn't they? They'd know that, after everything you'd been through, this was the only option left. People say that Artifice County is the most magical place there is. Yes, Artifice, where 100 years ago the world of spirits cracked the earth and spilled over into ours. But now those spirits work 9 to 5s. Arcane power fuels cars and charges phones. This county, once the cradle of magic, has become as mundane as any other. And an unmagical human like yourself, among shape shifting sirens, carbon fiber constructs, and wizards, you're exceptional. Exceptionally dull and exceptionally underestimated. No matter how much you tried to fit in, to love this place and all its wonders, never reciprocated. All it did was take. All it left you with was emptiness. So why not take something back? Steal everything the county denied from you. Feel that gnawing emptiness, then leave it behind forever. Luckily, you know what you need and exactly where to find it. The Familiar, a downtown cafe noteworthy only for its secret recipe, locked tight in a back room, and conveniently enough, they're hiring. So desperately that they aren't asking for experience or background checks. All that's left is to pick up. I fucked that up. Words. All that's left is to put together an application. Not that anything you say on it really matters. It really does. Oh. Oh, they have a they them option. Self affirmation exercises. How do people see you? Try to be honest. My name is. Oh, her. She's always sitting by herself. Her face is hard to read, but that smile of hers is unique. Sure is a mystery. Oh god, we can blind the sun! Oh, I like that. You can be different colors. And nobody's gonna think that the you stole. His real first name is Sheldon. Left miss. Hi, Martin. Welcome in. We're on our second demo today. You missed Um, oh my god, what was the name of the thing we just played? Holy crap. Sorry. We Harvest Shadows demo. Very, very delightful game. Well worth it. Um, I want pink hair. They're pink. I want purple. The slider's a little weird. Go blue. I'll go with that purple. I don't care. I don't even know what this is. I am a shit captain. King Power. I am fantastic. How are you? How was your trip? Are you back home safe yet? You just get weirder and weirder as they go. Please. Please. Just hire me, please. After an 8-hour flight, it was so boring. I am so sorry to hear that. Master problem solver. Good listener. Expert articulator. I just want to see. Okay, that's fine. Education, University of Art. Somebody spilled coffee all over my shit. Emodynamics by. Okay. Oh, I need a name. I know that's a weird way to do that. Yes, I too am an adequate snap grabber. Yeah. A few days later, you're face to face with the familiar. While its neighbors are all dust and drywall, its facade seems unbroken, even if the varnish is peeling at the edges. I finally watched the movie Split and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Nice! For a moment, nothing. Then you spot a silhouette in the window who flicks its neon sign to open before waving you over. You cross the street, repeating the details of your plan. You need to get in, get out, and for the smoothest possible getaway, try to find someone else to take blame. But can you really do all those things without running into any complications? You've already reached the front door. You can hardly turn back now. The cafe laid bare before you is almost indistinguishable from the scant images you found online. Mismatched chairs and royalty free wall art, well kept but worn down. You don't get long to take it all in. A construct towering over 2 meters tall stops, wiping down the corner, and turns to greet you. I don't think I do voices for everyone. Hmm. Ah, you must be Vixen. Great to finally meet you. Sorry, terribly rude of me not to meet you at the door. As she strides over, you realize how old her vessel must be to have no custom limbs or decals, just worn gray stone, flowering moss, and that tiny bluebird nested on her shoulder. I'm Sloan from the emails. Lovely to have you on board. Did you get here all right? I saw your address was uptown, and I know we're a wee bit out the way. Before you get a chance to reply, she's already yanked you into a crushing two-handed shake. For a moment, you worry that she might have pulled your arm from its socket. Actually, I shouldn't get chatting just yet. Today's schedule is pretty packed. What with your induction, and I barely found time to fix breakfast for Adam. Oh, hang on. This is Adam. Adam, say hello to Vixen. She's your new coworker, so be polite. Adam's usually my only company out front, so it'll be nice to have you too. I mean, I love this job, I really do. But after 6 years of working the floor by myself, starting at 5 every day, not that you have to come in that early, of course. We're only meant to start at 8, but it pays off. It does. As Salone trails off, you have a chance to put your plan in motion. You spent a long time figuring out other people's so called feelings and just how easy they are to manipulate. If someone's in a good mood, they'll probably think better of you and suspect you less. Then again, if you make someone upset, they might make for an easier scapegoat under pressure. But what's best for Salone? Better make that first impression count. Vixen? Oh, I've worried you with that 5M thing, haven't I? I just want to stress that you don't have to do that, honest. Decrease to make her more. She already seems depressed as fuck. Um, wait, why are you crying? I know it's a weird turn from like this to that, and I'm like, maybe I should have played like one of the other horror games I had, but like I very chaotically have this like in my library, and I was like, I probably should get this one out of the way. Um, I'm gonna disagree with you. They, well, they technically no, but they pay off, emotionally. And when you really care about doing a great job, it's always worth it. Always. The lights flicker overhead before Salone can finish her sentence. Oh, for goodness sake, I just fixed you. Serves us right for hooking up the magic ourselves. Anyway, packed schedule. I've got pastries in the oven and a delivery after. Come on, let's get you in uniform. If we're quick, I can show you how our recipe works before any customers arrive. Sloane strides to the doorway behind the counter, beckoning you into the kitchen beyond. It takes 3 steps to match just one of hers. Look at the kitty shaped thingies. There's like cat marks like everywhere, right? And they got little kitty donuts. Anyway. The kitchen, built from cool metal and right angles, is warm with the smell of apricots. You breathe it in while Salone roots through a nearby cabinet before suddenly sighing. Ah, of course. The new one didn't come on time. Why would it have? Right, Vixen. Here's your apron. She hands you an apron like her own. Exactly like her own, actually, and that it's far too big for you. It's bound to slow you down and make you look utterly ridiculous. Your one should be here tomorrow, if they still remember our order. Would you be alright wearing this one just for the day? Yeah. Great. How are you gonna steal the recipe while wearing? Oh. I forgot. Thanks a million, Vixen. Glad you're seeing an upside. Here's your name tag too. As you wrap yourself, ooh, as you wrap yourself in the oversized apron and pin on your name tag, Sloane smiles. It's a small, sad smile that weighs down her whole face. Look, I'm sure not everything you've heard about this place has. I'm sad because Salona's sad. She's like, look, I'm sure not everything you've heard about this place has been grand, but once you put in a little elbow grease, she really shines, and I've got a lot of elbow grease. I hope you're prepared to put in just as much, that's all. After going through the effort of putting the application together, it was definitely distinctive. Not sure your soft skills section was all that necessary, though. Good listener, expert articulator, master problem solver doesn't tell me much about you. But at the end of the day, those are just words. Your experience was what really settled it. I mean, it must have been quite a privilege to work for. Salone is cut short by a buzz from her phone. Ah, pastries! Why don't you pop into the office while I grab those? Fred, your manager, I should say, ought to be ready. Big gray door on your right. Best of luck. Fuck, it's elbow grease. You've never heard someone say you gotta, like, when you're scrubbing something to put some elbow grease into it? It's like I feel fucking old now, but it's like when you have to really scrub at something to clean it, you put a little extra elbow grease into it. Just means that you work a little harder to get it done, like more force. You take 5, no 6 steps towards the office, a hiss of heat escaping the oven behind you. Beyond lies Fred, the owner, the one from the newspaper, the one whose recipe you're here for. You There's a lot of cat related things here. The Getty brain I have rattling around is both capable of great things and stupid things. I'm probably older than you, don't worry. I'm 31, so take it or leave it. Oh, yeah. I'm older than you. Are you? Huh. I always assumed that you was a baby, Ellie. I don't know why. I think because you're friends with Ioi and like E, and like they're all babus. So like I grouped you into. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Happy belated birthday. I think. Um, it might be because I sound like a youngster and look like a you do. You do. Very much so. Nothing wrong with that though, you know? I don't know. You're very youthful. And I am just way too serious. But yeah. Martin, I knew you were older. Talk about this in with Cammy, I think, a lot. uh okay, okay, sorry. Let's look. Okay. You ease the door open, but no one greets you. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the colossal metal safe that occupies a quarter of the room, just a few steps away. You knew the recipe was protected, but not like this. The safe looks like it was taken from the set of a heist movie. It should be locking up gold bars instead of what? A recipe for coffee? But as you but as you run a hand across its surface, wondering just how you're going to crack it open, there's a rustle nearby. You snap upright with a bolt of unbidden adrenaline. Dude, I got ID'd for cigarettes once. That should say something. Like a dragon emerging from its hoard, a tiny gold eyed tuxedo cat rouses from a pet bed on top of the safe. He blinks stickily, then suddenly glares at you, fur on end, eyes aglow. Don't touch my shit! He spits the word at you like darts, light crackling through his panicked eyes. The air in the room starts getting heavier, as if brewing into a thundercloud. Who sent you? You think you're going to best me in my own domain, then wait, you're the new hire, aren't you? Quick as power cut, the light in his eyes blinks out, and the pressure lifts with it. The cat sighs, leaping smoothly from the safe to the desk. Sorry, that was unprofessional of me. I'm Fred. Welcome to the familiar. Good to have you on board. Well, given the terrifying magic and the talking, he's not a cat. He's a demon bound to the form of a beast. A familiar, in other words. That's the last time I'm pulling an all-nighter in admin. You're lucky to still be young, human. 'Cause after the first century, things get ahem. Stallone wanted you onboarded, right? Your tattoos might not happen so much. We have one main rule. Do everything you can to show the economist types this place isn't a bad idea. More than fire safety drills, we need drive and spite. So that's what I expect from you. Are we clear? Crystal clear, boss. That's what I like to hear. So long as we're all on the same page, you and I will get on just fine. We aren't a happy little family here. We're just hard workers. This isn't gonna work if you aren't prepared to work just as hard as me and Salone. As if on cue, Salone enters the office, a kettle of boiling water in one hand and a packet of coffee in the other. I'm not judging that you run a coffee shop and you're using instant coffee. I do that. Hmm. She starts mixing the two in a mug on Fred's desk. It's okay, boss. Fred, you didn't shout at our newest staff member first thing in the morning, did you? Oh, no. It's all fine. I've just been given, Fred quickly squints at your name tag. Given Vixen the lowdown on the familiar, our history, what we do, all the good stuff. Salone's gaze drifts from your name tag to Fred's bleary eyes, then to his unkempt bed, and Illustra and her smile twinkles out. Oh, that's nice. I can join you now if you'd like. We can go over the finer details together. If you've got time, by all means. I can't do that. What's the for? She said Easy of me. With firm movements, Salone puts the kettle down and closes the door behind her. Fred's eyes lock onto your name tag again as he reads it under his breath. So, Vixen, let's get down to business. We're open 8 to 5 most days, but your shift goes 30 minutes longer at the end for closing. Anything after that is overtime. I can give you the forms. Aprons go on the hooks in the kitchen. If anything gets spilled on it, don't be afraid to excuse yourself and replace it as soon as you can. Oh, and if you are going to excuse yourself, and on it goes. Salone and Fred don't speak to you as two different people, but as two halves of one business, efficient, organized, and trusting one another as best they can. That should be most of it. I'll be with you at the counter for your trading, so don't hesitate to ask me any quest. She's cut off again by her phone. Oh, excuse me, Dave. I'm gonna drink my drink now. Hey, Salone. Just unloading the van out back, so there's your heads up. Thanks, Dave. I'll be right there. Didn't realize this takes so long. I've got to give my signature for the deliveries. Talk to you later, Fred. Oh, Vixen, before you join her, sure you've heard about our recipe. Must be dying to learn what makes the Familiar's coffee so irresistible. But it's not so much a set of instructions as it is, well, I won't get too arcane with you. More of a background thing, like the internet. You use that, right? Point being, even if you don't see it, it's still whoo, it'll still be working its magic back here in a drill proof, bomb proof, 6-gauge safe, which only me and Salone can open. Also, I cursed it. Look at that shit eating grin. Whoop. Oh, did she? That's nice of her. Nicer than necessary. Maybe she meant it metaphorically. Hope she did. He looks back at the veritable vault behind him, as if checking that it's still there. Can never be too careful with these things, especially in this economy. I mean, wasn't it just last week that Ralph Hendricks wrote off his beauty store chain? It's inspirational how these CEOs act. Expanding isn't easy. I mean, ideally, we'd have an accountant, a consultant, another chef, but we've got you. You're one hell of a good start. Especially with our regulars. Ugh, you'll meet them soon enough. You should catch up with Salone. Anything you need, I'll be back here going over these papers. You leave the office. Fred paws a single sheet of paper from the files on his desk. Even upside down, you recognize it as your CV. Hmm, sorry. Not a moment after you enter the kitchen, someone waves at you from the back door. In the doorway next to Salone is a uniformed courier, a human just as unremarkable as you. A precarious stack of cardboard boxes wobbles threateningly behind him. So you're Vixen, aren't you? Looks like you passed all of Salone's devious barista trials. Nicely done. Not everybody makes it. Dave gets Salone a package and gives you a conspiratorial eyebrow waggle. He pauses to take a breath inward through his nose. Oh, is that apricot? So you did go for the new recipe. Fred must have taken some convincing. Oh, I'm just trying it out. We'll see how they sell first. Hey, if I come by once I'm off work, that's one customer right there. Guaranteed. I don't know how this dude's supposed to speak. That just looks written weird. Salome breaks away to put each package in its right place. Dave looks at you, eyes glistening. Don't look at me like that. Hey, Vixen. Have a good first day, yeah? He might not be here for it, but if all goes well, today's gonna be good. That's the spirit. Any more for me, Dave? Just a couple bigger things, but I'll grab those this time. Don't let me interrupt your induction. Are you sure? I could carry. I'll catch you later for that pastry, yeah? Dave walks away whistling, his footsteps gradually going quiet in the alley. Fred overslept, didn't he? I'd say it's not normally like this, but well, it works. We make it work. You notice her hands are balled into fist, one so tight that even the stone starts to buckle. I just wanted your first day to be easy, but let's just get you behind the counter. There won't be time to take you through all the machines, so let's just fill the drip maker. I keep the house roast down here. She effortlessly pulls open a burlap sack of beans, scooping them into the grinder. As you pulverize them, the aroma of the coffee fills your lungs like a cloud of bitter smoke. Today's been all over the shop, hasn't it? Get a wee moment to breathe now. Only one customer comes in this early, and they don't do Mondays. I'll introduce you tomorrow. Sloane smiles, a stone wrinkling around her eyes, and it dawns on you. This is beginning to feel like a real job. Just as you finish that thought, the front door swings wide open and your first customer steps inside. Did I mute myself? No, okay. Oh. Bought at least 4 shades of pink in their outfit. Pink fingernails, pink sun hat, lipstick, backpack. That dress must be bespoke too. Pricey. As they draw close, though, you spot pointed fangs and their cheery smile and deep red eyes behind their tinted glasses. A vampire? Good morning, Salone. Oh, I was wrong then. Good morning. Before you order, this is Vixen, our new barista. Ah, so you're finally upscaling. You know, I saw some prime real estate going for cheap on Moonbow, if expansion's on your mind. Slow down. We're not taking over the industry just yet. The vampire looks as if they have more to say, words bubbling just beneath the surface, but settles on a pout. Vixen, this is. I'm Jesse, with an I-E. Jesse's eyes swivel to you with abundant curiosity. Your apron's so big, I'm more for tailored fits myself, but I know that baggy looks have been catching on lately. Draws focus to the wearer being separate from their clothes. Oh, no, it's not that. Just part of the familiar's usual organization. Anyway, what'll be this time, Jesse? A hot chocolate, please, and I'll have it with, whipped cream, nutmeg, caramel, marshmallows. Wait, will that fit? Marshmallows, then whipped cream, then caramel, and the rest. Oh, but what if I got cookies too? Give me one with everything, and 2 chocolate chip cookies, please. Salone's already off to one side, rifling through her arsenal of ingredients. Meanwhile, Jessie brandishes a pink bat-styled mug from their satchel, placing it on the counter as her eyes flick back to you. Hmm. Even if Salone and Fred aren't aiming for world domination yet, you're still on the front line of their expansion plans. They're investing a lot of trust in you. So tell me, do you feel like a good investment? How far are you willing to go to succeed? The vampire peers deep into your eyes, then nods as if confirming a suspicion they had. Good. I wasn't expecting you today, Jesse. College didn't swap your time slot without telling you again, did they? Oh no, much more exciting than that. I've got a meeting with the board after this, so I came here to prepare. It'll go much smoother with something sweet. Ah, for your infamous internship, how is your family treating you then? About as well as usual. Trust me, I'd much rather be here to help the familiar. But then Fred's just like everyone else. He sees my last name's Hendrix and thinks I'm some sorceress corporate spy out to suck the proverbial blood from his business. Of course. Oh, Jesus. Of course, the Hendrixes, rich, powerful, and, most troublingly for you, magically talented. Jesse looks at you, anticipating your judgment with a flat smile. Really? Oh, but I don't have the time. But if it's just a few minutes, okay, I'll show him a few proposals if I catch him. Thank you. Try not to let your family get you down, Jesse. You'll get your chance to prove yourself someday. Well, if all goes according to plan, that chance should come today. Fingers crossed. Salome passes Jesse's now full mug across the counter. By some miracle of physics, it hasn't spilled over yet. Hmm, maybe this was a bit ambitious, but if I use a cookie to scoop up the cream and let the marshmallows melt, I can finish it in 30 minutes? Thank you, Salone and Vixen. Jesse swipes their card, then their mug, making a beeline for a booth seat before the payment even goes through. Wonders what he needs to do to get. Yeah. They assemble their workstation in mere seconds, a sheaf of papers, a stack of textbooks, and a predictably pink laptop. The mug stands vigilantly at a safe distance. Jesse was a surprise, but at least they're a nice one. I'm just grateful they didn't come in at the same time as. Mm. Before she can finish, the front door swings open and a siren rolls into the room. Oh, interesting. She's wearing a sleeveless orange turtleneck, a magnolia covered jacket that's relaxing on her shoulders, and a perfectly photogenic smile doesn't quite reach her eyes. Hello, the familiar. It's a perfect day for my long overdue review, don't you think? You'll have to forgive me. I came straight here from my morning swim. I must look a mess. She runs one hand through a river of glossy pale hair, parted by an immaculate side cut, and raises a smartphone with the other, flourishing it like a paper fan. No rest for the wicked. Jesse shrinks back, arranging their books into a makeshift wall. It seems to work. The siren glides over to the counters, not noticing them at all. Now, Salone, I know you very well, of course, but for the benefit of both me and my adoring fans, who is this? Oh, I didn't know you'd be coming. This is. But the siren's already staring at your name tag, trying to preempt Salone's introduction. So that's how you spell Vixen. Enchanté. I'm Alexandra Edergros. That fucking. I don't know how to pronounce your last name. You're Alexander. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. You don't happen to have a Grimoire account, do you, Vixen? I'd love to give you proper credit in my post. How about a drink first, before anything goes onto that internet page of yours? Quite right, Salone. I'm getting ahead of myself. Could I have? She clears her throat, straightens her back. My mouse just died again. There we go. A blue sea salt caramel frappe with soy milk and non dairy whipped cream on top, plus a little of that raspberry chocolate powder you have would be lovely. Thank you so much. I should have everything. Let me check the back first. Vixen, could you grab a plastic cup for that? Lids are in the bottom left cupboard. Wait, do you have any of those little fish she's gone. In the silence, Alexander's smile slides off her face. She sighs sharply through her nose. Are you all right? I know this whole song and dance can be quite overwhelming if you aren't prepared. But then, you don't know who I am anyway, do you? I'd be nicer. Ah, that would make sense. Thanks for getting that out of the way. I hope I made a good first impression, for whatever that's worth. It seems you find the best I love this. Yeah, if you ever want to look through my library, you can probably find a lot more stuff. Good luck with the rest of games. I sleep now. Good night, Draken. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night. Adieu, sweet dreams. Mm, okay. Bye. Ciao. Malone returns, hands full of yet more ingredients. You hand her a cup, and she starts filling it with dubiously blue syrup. Should I expect your fans to start ordering these frops in the hundreds? I'm not sure they're on theme anymore. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. The drink's just to showcase how skilled you are at your craft. It's aesthetic. That's what the audience really wants. Alexander plucks the card reader from the counter with a sly smile, passes her phone across it, and hands it back with a wink. There's the 30% tip attached. Well, I wouldn't know. All that social media stuff passed me by, like it took over everything when I wasn't looking. Stallone, Vixen, trust me. You've got a wonderful, cozy place here. What's not to love? Those donuts, those menus. Alexander turns around to gesture at the cafe, and her eyes finally land on Jessie. Her voice freezes in her throat. Jess? Eek! Oh no, Jessie. Hey, Alex! I didn't know you were coming today. It was on my page. Perhaps I should have dropped you a message. Sorry. Do you? Sloan puts the finished frappe to one side, pushing past you to tend to the transformed Jessie. Alexander squeaks a little closer to you. I'm sorry, Vixen, truly. Drama's the last thing I'd want to bring into this establishment. Aw, to Jessie. She plucks the frappe from the counter. You're not sure how anything that color could taste any better than tolerable. I know when I'm not wanted. I'll just snap a few photos, then be on my merry way. The lighting's not ideal, but I can fix it in post. Oh, that is helpful. Thank you, darling. I'll take a look once I've got the post drafted. With a final smile, Alexander takes her drink to the cafe's centermost table, posing it like an art exhibit. Jessie, still a bat, keeps staring at her, but she doesn't look back. With an exhausted puff of smoke, Jessie returns to their original form and slumps into their seat, eyes wandering to the crescent moon bracelet on their wrist. Stallone returns after confirming they're okay. You know what, Vixen? I'm glad. Because now it's impossible for today to get more complicated than it already is. She's cut She's cut off by the sound of her motorbike revving down outside, heralding the arrival of your third customer. Take a sip. This person is a first, even for you. Someone whose body lacks everything but a skeleton. You don't know any kind of magic that can make that work. Skinless, fleshless, sigilless. Although he does have hair, which you're pretty sure isn't a type of bone. A stiff, dark brown pompadour that props up a pair of sunglasses. Grudge? Grudge! Hey, how's it going? I feel like I've barely seen you since ArtCon. We're just so fucking the bony babe. I know that's what I stopped for. He reaches the counter, undeterred. You're waiting for Salone to address him like the other, but she's just staring, locked in place. Up. Oh god, here you go. I need a voice. So you're the new barista. Good job on making it this far. Makes you one of the best, don't it? Ain't just the coffee you brew, it's your resolve. Yeah, can I? Ahem. Can we take your order? Yeah, resolve. Let me tell you, I know your type, and I know you're up to something. I can feel it in my. I can feel it. Salone, I would like to order. Thank you kindly. Let's put your new barista to the test. I'll have a coffee, a black coffee. You need to knock it off, our skeleton. I'm gonna be his best friend. Watch. From the pot. Doesn't have to be. Yeah. I. I. I think we might. Uh. Salone's eyes bounce between his skull and the coffee pot on the counter. Vixen, you can handle this one, right? I'll just be right here. Seems like she isn't going to budge. Grab a cup and start pouring. Wait, what's her name? Vixen? Okay, think. I got it. Vixen. So that's to be the name of my nemesis. I'm Grudge. Grudge Knuckles. And you'd best remember it. I can't even. No, hang on. He needs a better voice. I don't think I can do that. I need to finish my coffee. I'm old. It happens. Even if Frederick gave you this job instead of me, there's bound to be cracks in your meticulous facade. Coffee making halts at this revelation. He had a whole rant prepared just because you got this job with an application like that? I knew it, but I can't just take my nemesis' word for it. Gonna need hard proof to know for certain. You present the now full cup to Grudge. He daintily drops in a sugar cube, then stirs the coffee with a bone like spoon, which he apparently just had loose in one of his pockets. Eh, nice try, Vixen. But I know coffee when I see it, so there's no way this. He puts it. Hang on. Yeah, where's my water? Uh oh. 40's fine. We're all ancient here. That's fine. He puts it to his jawbone and takes a delicate sip. The liquid seems to vanish as soon as it enters his mouth. It's. Damn it, it's just like usual. How'd she get it right so quick? So bitter. It's so energizing. Well, I'll be Vixen. Coffee's as bitter as your soul. Just how it should be. But I'm still watching you. He takes the cup and spins dramatically away from the counter. It's then that he finally spots Jessie. Jessie! Reg! They immediately hug. So good to see ya. Why didn't you pipe up earlier? I was waiting for you to finish. It sounded like you had a lot to get off your chest. Oh, yeah, you heard that. Sorry, it was just a person. Doesn't matter. How's your job going? I could tell you, but I've not got long. Are you sure you don't want something with your coffee? Salone's made some great cookies today, and I'd be happy to buy. Oh, no, no. Shouldn't give my nemesis the satisfaction. Not after walking away all conclusively like I just did. Grudge, you haven't even paid yet. And I admire your candor, but are you sure Vixen's your nemesis and not Fred? Ugh, Fred's a real villain, that's true. But a nemesis? That's different. Gotta be personal. No, I think they're best friends. But you don't know who Vixen is yet. Maybe start with a rivalry as practice. A rival, eh? Having a lovely time. No, I used lovely last time. They'll think that's insincere. Ugh. What if I. Oh, almost forgot. Alex, how you doing? All good over there? Oh, Reggie, I didn't see you come in. How have you been? Well, uh, it's funny you're here actually. There was something I wanted to. I'll catch up with you later. You both seem busy, and I should pay. I cannot settle in a voice from I don't know. Grudge sheepishly returns to the counter, hands fishing through his jacket pockets for some loose coins. Well, I'm back. Got too caught in the whole confrontation to give ya your money, even if most of it's gone straight into Fred's pocket. Ugh. But I'll say this. I'm practically a coffee detective, and I'm detecting something odd about you. So long as I come here, I'm gonna do my damnedest to figure out what. Detective. I like the sound of that. Maybe I will catch you then, Vixen. Later. I'll catch you later. Without another word, he perches on a stool by one of the cafe's front windows. Over his shoulder, Alexander and Jesse swap looks of confused concern. That went as well as it could have given the circumstances. All that's left is to make sure he paid the right amount and put that in the register. As she's halfway through showing you how to work the cash register, you turn to see Fred jumping up onto the counter next to you. How's it going out here? No need to panic. This isn't a performance review. Just thinking things are. He surveys the regulars in the cafe with no small amount of scorn. Huh. Alone? Why don't you come with me for a moment? Been meaning to have a chat. But there's. We still need to. She looks forlornly at the pile of coins Grudge left. Even at a glance, you can tell it covers the price of the drink and then some. This might be your last chance to sow suspicions before you execute your plan. Better choose wisely. Another task on the list. Sure, Vixen. I'll get some notes while I'm back there. As silence returns to the room, so too does your opportunity. But you can't help but overhear Fred and Salone's hushed conversation in the kitchen. I'm just saying, if our best regulars keep bringing the drama here, no one else is gonna want to stay. With a sigh, Salone pulls a large wad of notes from a nearby lockbox. The full weight of this morning's events seemed to sit on her shoulders. They're good, reliable customers. And sure, things have been tricky, but we've got Vixen now. With a little hard work, we can turn this around. Besides, aren't there enough names on your board of bands already? Not add any more while we're going through a rough patch. She side eyes. No, I didn't. I was trying to emphasize the way that Salone is talking. Um, because like to me as a character, she seems like a really sad character. So I was gonna tell you take a nap. No, I don't need a nap. I woke up at like 2 today, I think. Yeah, I got up at 2 p.m. and it's only like 8:35. Like I'm good. Um, I'm trying to protect my voice too because I haven't done this much reading in a while. So She side-eyes a corkboard near the walk-in fridge. There must be at least 2 dozen names on there, each marked with a reason for ban and vindicative felt tip. I know. Jeez, that's not the voice. Night owl greater than day one. Yeah, we are. Um, 1 second. I'm gonna install. Have that installing in the background. Okay. Cool. Cool. Sorry. Sorry. Okay. I'll say I do have another game that we might try as well. After this, I kind of forgot to install it, so I have it like installing it in the background right now. So it depends on how this one wraps up, whether or not we play it. Uh, but we'll see in a second. Uh, I want to try this game called Indigo Park. Because like chapter 1 is out, but it looked pretty good. Didn't have to be, but I do. I know. I know. Not the voice either. I know. You're right. It's just we don't exactly have a recipe for success here, do we? I did want to talk about our recipe actually. Since we got a new hire in, and we just deal with one thing at a time. First priority is cutting down costs. Now, I noticed the price of algae extract for that blue drink got hiked up, and I figured, wait, no, shouldn't leave Vic sitting on her own for too long. Not the warmest welcome, is it? I'll go. But he still needs his change. Sudden knock on the back door stops her from following after Fred. Fine, sure, let me deal with that. Always me. Always me. Despite promising to supervise you, Fred ignores you as he slinks past the counter and jumps onto a nearby table, muttering to himself, Our regulars. It's gonna be a long climb from here to anything stable. While Fred's presence draws a little attention, you start rifling through your bag, making sure you can take any opportunity to launch the heist. Fred's ruminations are cut short by Dressy, who approaches him with a thick stack of papers. Hello, Frederick. Rumor is you're expanding the familiar. Very exciting. I'd love to get on board, and I've had thoughts on how to optimize drink prices. Oh, Jezebel, that's kind of you. But we're taking expansion slow and steady. I can't. I lost the voice. I lost whatever voice I was doing for him because he's been gone for so long. And then I was trying to give him like a mafia voice, but I couldn't do it. You know the pitfalls we could fall into pretty well, don't you? I just think there's a lot I can offer the familiar. Salone can vouch for my contract writing work. The familiar deserves all the help it can get. At this point, Grudge takes notice of this conversation, silently shaking his head. Look, Jezebel, if you've already got contracts for me to sign, you've got the wrong idea about working. Oh, there goes. I think I'm about to throw out my voice trying to do the dumbest fucking thing for him. And I've got to stop. Sorry. You've got the wrong idea about working with me. Thought you would have learned that after last time. I see. Maybe later then? Jesse gives Fred a nod and walks away, conceding his point. Grudge immediately moves to reassure them, skeletal hand to shoulder. What's he doing out here? It looks like he's just contemplating. Has he even got to contemplate? I don't know. Right. Who's messing with the lights? You turn to spot Alexander, fiddling with the dimmer switch that you pointed out earlier. Oh, sorry. Just trying to make the photos look nicer. Didn't realize it'd be so sensitive. I'll put it back now. She tries to turn the knob back, but the lights don't stop flickering. Alexander, I've got bigger things to worry about than photographs right now. Could you leave me in peace for just a moment and don't call me Freddy ever again? Okay, I can't do his voice like that. I started coughing because I did. Bigger things than catering to your own customers? This is why we're your only regulars. We're the only ones patient enough. Grudge, maybe don't. Not another fight. Then that Salone wanders into the main room, a huge wad of banknotes clutched tight in her hand. Finally, Grudge, I've got it. Just give me a tip. Salone stands still at the sight of Grudge and Fred stare down. She gazes into his hollow sockets. I. As she registers the flickering lights and a sheepish Alexander near the switch, her face falls. Alexander, that was just about not broken. Let's hope I can fix it before our eyes get sore. Alexander watches Sloane open the light switch to attempt some hasty repairs, but her face hurdles when she sees the stack of bills still in her hand. Could everyone just wait? I'm out here for 2 seconds and I'm already getting swamped by my own customers. What I gotta do for a little peace, huh? No. We got a new hire today, and if this is the impression we're giving her, we'll be doing her a disservice. Now, you'll excuse me, I've got a new hire to attend to without any more interruptions. Fred starts to turn around. You scramble for your bag, knowing you have mere milliseconds to execute your plan. How fortunate, then, that you sowed a little more chaos in advance. After a second or two, Salone finds the energy, or the courage, to start approaching Grudge. There should be, here. Huh? Jesse looks down at their stack of papers, gloom gathering on their brow. So, you're not even gonna look at my proposals? You wanna talk, Jezebel? We'll do it later. Just then, the lights turn off completely, whether a result of Alexander's meddling or Salone's attempt to undo it. You aren't gonna waste time wondering. You've done enough to distract everyone. You're not gonna get a better chance than right now. You reach into your bag, and in an instant, all the light and sound is sucked from the room. The sounds of panic are quickly quelled by the magic now pulsing from your cozy coast, sleep tight blackout blanket. Just as the light fades, you notice Salone's money fluttering to the ground. An extra few hundred wouldn't hurt, but you didn't come here for money. Even in the silent darkness, you won't have long before everyone gets a sense of their surroundings. But you've been over this plan too many times to fail now. Having said that, you're still wearing a very large apron, which could be an impediment to said plan. What to do? Hi, Leah. How are we doing today? It looks like my sister's cat Spud. Fair, yeah. Deciding to remove any chance of tripping in total darkness, you scramble to untie the apron before taking your first steps. Not a very good day today. I'm sorry to hear that. Step 1. Take 3 steps into the kitchen, then 5, no 6, to the right. You paw for the door handle and slip into the office, thankful that there wasn't an apron to stop you. Step 2. 1, 2, 3 steps, and you feel the cool surface of the safe against your fingers. Step 3. Reach into your bag and give your can of Curse Be Gone a shake. A few sprays on the safe, and the words are already flaking off. But there's something else. A sound a sound cutting through the silence, like lightning crackling, like lightning crack. What the fuck? A sound cutting through the silence, like lightning crackling, like lightning. We couldn't have worded that any better. Like lightning crackling, like lightning. Fred's casting a counterspell. You don't have long. Step 4. Spin the wheel. Heave the safe door open. Feel around inside until you've done it. Against all odds, you've managed to pull off the heist and did a decent job of it too. Your shaking, outstretched hands grabs the cafe's secret recipe for stuffing it in the tiny pocket dimension of your teleportable R lunchbox. But at this crucial moment, you can't help but think of the other people in the cafe and who, if anyone, you should try to pin this on. You exhale, but the sound is too clear. Fred's counterspell is taking hold. Even if you put all your weight on the safe door, you wouldn't have time to close it properly. The best you can do is return as quickly and as quietly as you can. As you take careful steps back to the counter, you try your best to control your breathing, to not let the acceleration show. It's been so long. But as you desperately shove your apron back on and the darkness finally dissipates, you know you're not safe yet. Wait, what was the star for? What was the asterisk? You've got to find an exit and ensure chaos without arousing suspicion somehow. I did a slash instead of a. I'm gonna do. Oh, okay, I see it. I was like, I thought the asterisk was that you tried to post like a link or something and I couldn't see it. Oh. I think we were posting because the spell was wearing off. That would be like 80 of them. As the silent darkness lifts from the cafe, the first thing you see is Fred, bounding through the kitchen, crashing through the cat flap to the office. Is everyone okay in here? No one's hurt? Stallone catches you just as you get the apron over your head, stopping in pure bewilderment. Oh. Oh. For me, I think it does like 3 asterisks if it blocks a link, but guess that's what I remember. That makes sense. That's what I thought. I don't know. I don't know what it was. Are you alright, Vixen? Okay. I know how this looks. That's the last time I handle the lights, but I don't think blackouts usually come with spontaneous hearing loss. Is it possible with light and sound enhancements, these glitches? Oh, it is possible with light and sound enhancements, these glitches can happen, but it's rare they're as dramatic as that. Jesse, we don't have any enchantments like this. This wasn't planned. Huh. The plot thickens. Wait, where'd Fred go? Before anyone can move, Fred rushes back into the room. Nobody leaves! His eyes echo. That was the worst I've done for the clip, wasn't ready. Ah. I give up. I shouldn't have given him the accent like that. It's devolved. It's derailed. I just ain't meant for it. No. His eyes crackle gold, and the chains of light fly across the cafe. The front door, the windows, the back door. No exits are spared. We can do this the easy way, or the hard way. Understand? And if you aren't gonna turn yourself in, I'll just root you out myself. What? I'm sorry, but whatever just happened is your business. I'm not missing my meeting. I'm sure you have a plan, Frederick, but is it really necessary to, trap us inside your lovely cafe? If you wanted us to stay, you didn't have to do that. And what are you accusing of us exactly? Sitting perfectly still while your lights went weird? Fred, could you please explain what's going on for once? While the lights were out, someone went into my office. Somehow opened the safe, which means one of the people in this room has stolen our secret recipe. It's as if the whole room flinches. Suddenly, everyone's looking at everyone else, wide eyed, searching their faces for the slightest trace of an answer. As Fred reaches the end of his sentence, you notice his gaze linger on Stallone before returning to the crowd. The only one who seems to consider you for more than a second is Stallone, who looks at your apron with narrowed eyes. Oh, so what do we do now? What can we do? As unfortunate as this is, I do have a meeting to attend, and I'd rather not get caught up in this. Ha! Good luck getting past my magic. I might only be familiar, but I promise if you try to leave, you'll regret it. Jesse's eyes flicker across Fred's barrier, prying for any weakness in the spellcraft. Frederick, please, I understand that you're stressed, but it'll be easier to figure this out if we aren't in a locked room, won't it? Yeah, and why would it only be one of us who stole your recipe? What if it's all of us working to take you down? Grudge, that is the opposite of what you tell people. Grudge. He's a fucking shitster. Man just handed me the perfect. You don't have to act like vigilantes. I'll just call the police and. Enough, enough! This place is sealed, and nobody leaves till we find our thief. Thief, singular, Grudge, because if there was any more, you might have actually succeeded. As for the ACPD, Salone, fine, I'll call them. I'm betting they'll take their sweet taxpayer-funded time getting here, then label this as unsolvable. I can't. But I'm not risking anyone making a break for it in the meantime, so we're gonna sit here like adults, get our facts straight, understand. Now, did anyone notice anybody acting strange? Anything suspicious at all? Might get this over faster if you fess up now. The room exchanges uncomfortable glances before someone pipes up. Stallone? Why did you have so much cash with you? That looks a little strange in hindsight. Oh, I I wanted to give Grudge his change. I just didn't have time to pick out the right notes. Oh, they're still on the ground too. But Grudge always pays in coins. He'd never need a 20. It's just because okay, Alexander, so long as we're mentioning things that seem a little strange in hindsight, she says this while picking up the remaining notes from the ground. I was the one who stopped Alexander from messing around with the lights. Maybe she short circuited the electrics by accident. And what? That was a prelude to this? Just a fun little hint? You can't be serious. Vixen suggested it, so I thought it'd be fine. Yes, I didn't think you wanted to get in with Fred after all the shouting matches we had. You wanted access to the heart of his business, metaphorically speaking? You really could have phrased that better, grungy. Grudgy? Oh, I call him grungy. Grudgy. That's got nothing to do with this. I just got the impression that he needed more staff. Hey, if you wanted to steal from Fred, I'd support you. Grudge. Grudge, that's. What the fuck? Well, great start, everybody. At this rate, we'll have a recipe back within the next 1,000 years. Ugh. There's no use trusting anyone here, is there? I know how these stories go. You've all got some kind of motive. Jesse, the heir to a powerful family with something to prove. There's always one. I'm not an heir to anything. I'm the youngest of five. Alexander, our femme fatale, although she hasn't killed anyone. Probably. If it weren't from you, I'd take that as a compliment. Grudge, the obvious suspect. Too obvious, even, but I'm not ruling anything out yet. So what? That makes you the hero detective? You don't even have a plucky sidekick. Or a hat. Alone. The one you'd least expect. Oh, that's good. I think, but Fred, you can't really be saying that Which brings us to our final suspect, Vixen. Your breath can't help but flutter as everyone's eyes suddenly turn on you. The red herring. I mean, it obviously wasn't you. You're human, got no magic, worked hard to get this job. You're in the clear. Damn, the cat trusts me. Nice. A cursory glance around the room tells you that not everyone believes him. So that's why she's gonna find out who really did this, and everyone's gonna be polite and answer all her questions. What? Wait, she's the detective? I would have been perfect for this job. Although, playing sidekick to Fred, yeah, bullet dodged. Okay. Fred, why would you choose Vixen over me? It's been 6 years. Do you still not trust me? That seems awfully convenient for both Vixen and Frederick, but could we just stay calm and not keep shouting all the time? I can't keep spending my time with people who'd waste it on my behalf. Don't try to stop me when I leave. I'm with you there, Jess. Though I wouldn't mind knowing who really did it. Fred, this whole idea is ridiculous. If you think we're gonna lock our best customers inside the cafe and have our newest member of staff interrogate them, then you've gotta be. Her rising voice is broken by a ringtone. She stops with a flinch, putting the call on speaker. Oh, fuck is Dave again? Hey, Salone. Got my very last packages out back, but there's these gold chains on the door? Think it's stuck. You okay in there? Yes, I'm fine. We're just dealing with a bug. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're just dealing with a burglary. I'll give you the details in a second. At the door. Oh, one of those days, huh? Is Vixen all right at least? Good question. Fred's just asked her to interrogate us. Look, I know it's unorthodox, but we all need that recipe. This is our best option for the cafe. For the cafe? I always knew you hated your customers, but this just confirms it. No grudge. Just you. Can we please not fight already? We're not going to solve whatever this is by shouting. Yeah, it's getting a bit loud over the speaker. Vixen. Oh, fuck, wrong person. Vixen, what do you actually want to do? You can't please everyone. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That was. Exactly. No one wanted things to turn to this way. We all agree on that, but we can still make it better. Hey, when I told you to have a good first day, did I jinx it? My bad. Look, are we doing this or not, Vixen? No matter how strange Fred's idea might be, it could put you in a better position until you can make your getaway. Time to lean on the scrap goat part of your plan. So as he starts bounding into the kitchen, you shrug and go along with him. Salone finishes her call with Dave before following with heavy footsteps. Silence takes the space you leave behind. Do you want to talk about any of that? Just relax for a minute, Sloane. I'ma check for clues in my office. Fix it. Join me in a minute. Clues? I haven't even shown you the espresso machine, and Fred wants you to outpace real detectives? Gran. Let me know if you need help with that. Oh, me too. Not sure there's much I can offer besides moral support, but, thought I'd say. Can't leave till the delivery's done, is all. Fucking weirdo. Thanks, Dave. You always know just what to say. Well, it'll get awkward if I'm just looking in, won't it? I'll leave you be then. Anything you need, just shout into the alley. Best not keep Fred waiting. If he's so intent on ignoring everything I say, maybe you'll be able to talk some sense into him. Who's the call to the old asshole? Wait, what? You oblige her and enter the office, fighting Fred in the middle of a phone call. Yeah, a theft. Lock down the whole building. Makes your job a whole lot easier, doesn't it? Hmm. A locked room scenario is a little intriguing, I suppose. The person on the phone. You know that voice. Thin and sharp as wire, digging into you just as deep. But where? But if it isn't urgent, that's not what I said in. You're not exactly getting picked off one by one. I'll be happy to be there at the earliest convenience. Our department is very busy otherwise. You solve it by yourself? Really? You shouldn't expect miracles. We are just mortal, Oh, excuse me. Mostly mortal. A self satisfied laugh crackles through the receiver and bounces off the back of your skull, ringing like tinnitus. Show your face in my business! I'll see you later, familiar. Why would I expect anything else? Dialing all those tiny keys, too. Eh, Vixen, here already. You probably heard. The ACPD is taking its sweet time. Big surprise. But we don't need 'em. We'll do the real work. Plan is, you find our prime suspect before the ponies get here and mess everything up. You can do that, right? 1 in 4. Logical deduction. Fred sneaks a not so subtle glance at your CV across the desk. Should be easy for a fun-loving artisan like yourself. Fun-loving, yeah. You want fun, Vixen? You're definitely come to the right place. And you love social interaction? Wow, it really shows. Although that's the first time I've heard it phrased so plainly. Right. Let's put those soft skills of yours to use. Imagine I'm one of the suspects. What would you ask me? Yeah, I tried that already. Didn't work. Good instincts. But we're gonna need more than that to. Taps to breathe out as much tension as he can manage. What we need is evidence. Eyewitness accounts. Motives. That sort of thing. Stuff like, what were you doing when the lights went out? Or, how do you feel about the familiar? Or, what's your relationship with Fred, you know? That's what he wants while you're trapped here. That's exactly what he'll get. Jesus. If you find us a prime suspect with a convincing case, I mean, something thoroughly investigated, we can put things back to normal. Things are gonna get complicated once he shows up, too. So, I'd appreciate having someone on my side when that happens. I know how this sounds. It's a dumb idea, but it's the best I've got right now. And if we don't do something, this place is going under. All our livelihoods are at stake here, so get out there, catch us a thief. Please. The plan went off with a hitch until it didn't, but the boss doesn't suspect you, at least not yet. And if a real detective from the ACPD is coming, no doubt they'll find out you're the thief. That is, unless you have a convincing scrap goat. With evidence of a motive and the others on your side, you might be able to clock off at the end of the day without handcuffs. Until that happens, Fred's magic will keep you trapped here. So, with that, your investigation begins. Not to find who did it, but to find the perfect person to blame. To be continued. Alright, that's that's that for a demo. Um so interesting game, interesting. Um let's put us out, we need more. Yeah, I think my voice needs like more. I'm gonna switch it to the BRB so that I can start trying to set some things up potentially. Uh okay. The only other game I have, but I don't have it set up, uh was Indigo Park.